Well, good morning, good evening, and good afternoon, depending on where you are in the world. I know we have viewers from all over the world. We really appreciate folks from the Philippines that are checking our videos and our presentations. And folks, my name is Christian Jangra, and I'll be presenting this evening with my wife, Tammy. And folks, in this short presentation, we're going to give you an overview of a company called Max International, but we're really going to focus on the product itself and how they can impact your health. It's just amazing the kind of benefits that Tammy and I have received from consuming these products. So Tammy, why don't we begin with the health slide?
Yeah, well, first of all, I just want to say welcome to people who are going to be joining us live or people who are going to be catching the recording. Yeah, tonight's session, like Chris said, it's about health. It's about being proactive in life, because I know that we're living in a fast-paced world and we're so intoxicated today, more than ever, with toxins, pesticides in the food, whatever we have in the water. And we just need to be very alert on what's out there today and to be proactive in the process, because according to the World Health Organization, the top 2 causes of death worldwide are heart disease and stroke. And if any one of you have lost a loved one, whether they had heart disease or stroke, feel free to share in the comment. It's a very sad thing. The big C, we hear this every single day when we talk to people. It's more and more viral, and, diabetes, kidney disease. I mean, you name it. They're all leading causes of death globally. And the key, like I mentioned, is to be aware of what's out there and how you can benefit from, especially what we're going to talk about tonight, on taking your health to another level. So you're living that quality of life.
I totally agree, Tammy. And by the way, folks, Tammy and I are presenting for the beautiful city of Toronto, Canada. And, folks, your overall health depends on your individual cells. Mm-hmm. And the bottom line is, if your cells are healthy, right, your body's healthy. And it's amazing how complicated society tends to create the reasoning behind diseases, and a lot of it is, it's like based on the fact that we're aging. Well, the reality here, folks, is corrosion occurs, normally, but today, because of what's in our air, the food and everything else, it is putting an enormous amount of stress to the body. And the body has to deal with so much toxins that, the decay occurs a lot quicker. And we have a solution for that. That's what's exciting.
Yeah, and it is glutathione that keeps our cells healthy. After food, water, and oxygen, the 4th thing that we need to survive is glutathione. I know it's pretty well mainstream now, Chris, but back when we were consuming products, we've been consuming products that have glutathione elevation in it. We're going to share what this product's about, but for 20 some odd years, and it's really mainstream today, and it's so important to have an elevation of it in our bodies.
Well, despite you may say it's mainstream, for many folks, they may not know what glutathione is. It sounds to be a bit of a mouthful of a word. Why don't we just expand on it a little bit?
Yeah, absolutely. So we produce it naturally, and it's in every single cell of our body from head to toe. And it's our body's natural defense against everything that's attacking our cells on a daily basis: toxins, pollution, free radical damage, inflammation, all that stuff. And every single day our bodies are being attacked, whether we know it or not. And it's glutathione that protects these attacks. And yeah, so it's really, really important to understand that as we go through the presentation today.
I agree. And folks, the benefits of glutathione is when you have this optimal level, right? There's so many benefits. One is your immune system is stronger. For example, this past week, both Tammy and I were very sick. She started it, and of course, she passed it on over to me.
Yeah, we got a cold virus. Yeah, when we
You
were
know,
out and about. Yeah.
yeah, we were kissing too much. So what happened is I got so sick. And honestly, folks, I did not take any antibiotics. I didn't take any medicine whatsoever. And I'm not saying you need to do that. Tammy and I try to live a life outside of the pharmaceutical. We understand the pharmaceutical has a space, it has a place. But in many cases, the body is properly equipped to deal with most viruses out there. And the fact is, if you increase your immune system, your body's in a better state to fight this stuff because it reduces the inflammation in our cells. It helps slow down our aging process. We get better energy, better sleep, reduce stress. Stress is a huge factor of your health, right? The decline in health if there's a lot of stress in your life, right? You'll find that you'll have better mental focus, better clarity. It also improves performance, whether it is mental or physical. We get better stamina and recovery so we can perform better, whether it is in the gym, the classroom, the boardroom, and folks, even the bedroom, which is important to keep relationship strong. Would you agree, Tabby?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, all of those benefits is what everybody's looking for in life. And unfortunately, we go through the aging process. You can see right here in the chart, when we're young and we're vibrant and, when you're in your 20s, you're out, you can go out 2 or 3 nights in a row and it doesn't even phase you, but the problem is as we age, your body starts to slow down the production, your natural production of glutathione, and the oxidative stress starts to take over the body. So you start to feel things when you're older, and it's never comfortable when you wake up and this is hurting and that is hurting and just overall not having that energy. So understand that if you keep your glutathione levels at its optimal, you'll be dancing and having fun and full of energy. I can't wait to share one of our guests today. She's got quite the story on these products, and we've been friends for so long. And these products made a huge difference in her life and for the family members around her. So yeah, go ahead, Chris, and share the next.
If you had stress, poor diet, toxins, illness, alcohol, and everything in moderation, folks, that's the key here. But other issues also can cause glutathione levels to go down even faster. And remember what we said, if you have optimal level of glutathione, your cells are healthier. If you don't have enough glutathione in your cells, unfortunately, your cells will not be as healthy. So if your cells are not healthy, folks, what happens is a chain reaction. Your organs are going to start being unhealthy, and then the body's going to be impacted by that. So it's a very big concern. And understanding the simplicity of feeding the body with the proper precursors so it can heal itself, which is designed to do just that, it's amazing the better quality of life you will have.
Yeah. In fact, there's over 74 diseases, probably even more today, Chris, that are associated with low glutathione in your cells. And as we mentioned, diabetes, hypertension, stroke, arthritis, kidney disease, there's many, many, many more. And you see this picture, it's an older woman in a wheelchair, but people are younger and younger, getting sicker and sicker. Why is that? It's because our glutathione levels are not at its optimal to fight off the things that are in our environment today.
That's an understatement. And we've heard how important glutathione is. So why don't we just get more of it? Well, the fact is most medical practitioners are not necessarily aware of this because it's not part of the curriculum of the education that they receive. But if you take glutathione in a pill or a capsule, it will just be broken down through the digestive tract. It cannot reach the organ cells, and that's a big problem. Now you can take it intravenously, which that's the next best alternative. But the glutathione molecule is too large to fit inside the cell, and the glutathione is designed to live in the cell to protect its integrity. But even though it is outside the cell, it's like a little golf ball that's around the cell, and as it touches, it will start helping the condition of that cell, where overall your body will be in a better state, right? So, but the fact is, it's very convenient, and it could be quite expensive. It may not even be available where you live. So that's why what we have here, first of all, it's even more efficient, right? So so the key question is, how can we effectively raise it? And that's exactly what we are for this evening.
Yeah, I love sharing this solution because we've been with Max International since the very beginning. I know at the beginning, Chris, we didn't share very much about ourselves, but when we heard of this company, we knew we had to be part of it because we were very familiar with glutathione, but it's the science behind the products with this company that really caught our attention. And RiboCeine is the technology, and it's a breakthrough in science, and it raises glutathione from within the cells. It's literally like a scrub brush in your cells that's going to get rid of all the damage that's happening out into the bloodstream and out of the body, which is phenomenal. Chris shared with you other ways, but they're not as effective. So the RiboCeine is a simple formula. It's a combination of D-ribose and L-cysteine. It's that simple. So the ribose is a simple sugar that's used to make energy, and the cysteine is an amino acid that we need as the key component for our body to make glutathione, because the cysteine is not readily available, especially after we start the aging process. So ribose protects the cysteine. It passes the digestive system, goes directly into the cell, and the ribose breaks off, and it gives you energy. That's why people love this product and this technology. And then the cysteine is now utilized to make glutathione. And like I mentioned, after that's done, it's the scrub brush, getting all the bad guys out of the body.
Totally agree. And here's the creator, folks. RiboCeine was created by our late Dr. Herb T. Nagasawa. He was an amazing man with over 45 years of professorship at the time, who spent over 25 years of his life in the scientific research to create RiboCeine. With over 54 peer-reviewed studies and more to come. Well, more to come. That's actually in the past. That's actually part of my script here. The fact is, RiboCeine is the most the most advanced glutathione support available in the world today. In fact, it is 300% more effective than the next best alternative, which, by the way, we own, which is in the Max GXL, which is NSL cysteine, right? Short called NAC. It's a phenomenal product, which I also use because I absolutely love the technology behind it. But the fact is, raising the glutathione in the organ cells is something that is extremely important, and this is the best practical, aspect that we have to receive that, and it's a very big deal. So RiboCeine, folks, it is a truly breakthrough that solves a real problem in the world today. And because it is only available through Max International, folks, you can only get it through an associate, through someone who's actually connected with the company. It's a remarkable opportunity for anybody who wants to earn another stream of income. But the fact here, folks, is we have a wonderful product to share with the world. So Tammy, why don't we begin with our line of products? We're not going to cover them all.
No.
We have quite a few products to share, but tonight we're just going to concentrate on a few that are what we call our flagship products.
Yeah, and specifically RiboCeine. Plus, we're going to share something new and exciting that's come along recently. But the RiboCeine is found in a couple of the products that we're going to be mentioning today, and a few other products that you can learn about later on by getting back to the person who introduced you. Chris and I use all the products. We absolutely love them, and we love the way we feel. People they never ever guess our age, ever, ever, ever. And that's the best part, is we've been on these products for so long. So we do have that endurance of being on these products for so long. So the Max products are halal certified. They're approved through the BSCG certification, Banned Substance Control Group. And these are Olympic athletes. They can take these products. They do their blood tests, flying colors, no issue, because they're natural products. And so, yeah, we've got a lot of athletes on these products.
That's an understatement. Let's start with the flagship product here, folks. This is the MaxOne. Folks, this is pure RiboCeine. This is the technology we were telling you about that was created by late Dr. Robert T. Nagasawa. And the fact here is it raises the glutathione within your bloodstream, which goes right into the cells. This is exactly what Tammy shared about earlier. You'll find that it's amazing to detox, better energy, stamina, strength, stress reduction, mental focus, sleep, skin, and so much more. Tammy and I will not spend a day without taking these powerful supplements, especially the MaxOne. Let's move on to the next one.
So true. We've got a routine every day, and we know exactly when we're going to take each product, so it works effectively. So Cellgevity is literally the Bentley. It's the same. RiboCeine technology is the main product, and you have 12 synergistic ingredients that are anti-inflammatory and antioxidant. You can see as you read the slide, you can see the benefits of everything that's in there. And you see that in other products out there. What makes us stand out is the RiboCeine. And you can see that little, like a cell. Actually, I got it right here on my t-shirt too, Chris. You can see it right there, the logo on the bottle. And no other company has access to this. Max International
name
is the only one.
But your name is actually blocking your logo. So
is it?
Just
it's right here.
Yeah, there we go. We can see it there. So yeah, so again, let's talk to the folks here, some of the benefits that people get with this.
Yeah, we've already talked about the benefits, Chris.
Oh, we did? I
yes.
must be sleeping. Okay, so wonderful. So let's move on here, folks. What's happening is the Cellgevity is just a wonderful product. Now I'm going to move on to another selection of products that we do have. And I want to introduce here kind of the next layer of scientific team, advisory team that's been introduced to Max International. Dr. Nicole Averna, she's a nutritional diet. Dr. Averna is a research neuroscientist in nutrodiet and addiction. She earned her PhD from Princeton and completed her molecular biology fellowship at the Rockefeller University. Dr. Averna is a bestseller author and of the book on sugar addiction and nutrition, which we know sugar is a silent killer. It's very tasty, but unfortunately, it's also quite damaging if it's taken under control. And she wrote a book on that, and she's behind some of her supplements we're going to be introducing. And then we have Dr. Stephen Gabriel, who is focusing on longevity and cellular health. He's a board certified emergency medicine practitioner. This guy was on the floor dealing with the cases that are urgent. And again, so you've seen some of the worst situation occurring. He has a fellowship in anti-aging and regenerative medicine. Is challenging the conventional wisdom of aging with a scientific back approach to slowing down and even reversing the process of cellular damage. So this is really, really interesting. So what we're going to do here is we're going to start with one of our product that is one of our new add-on in controlling and managing the weight.
Yeah, and it's called Max GLP-1. And we've been on the product for what, 5 months maybe now, Chris?
How about that?
That we've been on the product. Yeah, so noticing some, you can feel in your gut how your gut feels. And GLP-1 is, just so you have a little bit of a background of GLP-1, because we're all hearing this this word. It's like, what is that? Glucagon-like Peptide-1 is what it is, and it's a hormone that's produced in the intestines, and its response for food intake. That's what its role is, and it plays a critical role in regulating your blood sugar levels by stimulating insulin secretion, reducing glucagon release, and slowly working on slowing down your gastric emptying. And this might be, foreign, just listening to this, but I'm telling you, it's a really, really cool formula that that we've brought to the table in a natural form, which is really, really important, because there's a lot of medications out there like Ozempic and others that create damage within the organs. And I've talked to many people who have gone on that, got fast results, and they weren't feeling well after, where this is something that they can take to have some continuing results in having that weight loss, but in a healthy way.
So the Max GLP-1, folks, is a patent and clinically ingredient that includes the sorghum, which is an antioxidant and muscle recovery. The Eriomin, which is proven for the natural GLP-1 booster. And I know you hear a lot about GLP-1, and you're going to hear a lot about this GLP-1 as we move on, actually in the future, not just from Max International, but from everywhere. We have chromium, picolinate. These are big words for me. It reduces hunger, craving, and fat. That's what's important.
That's true,
right?
Yeah,
So the Posibio GLP-1 preserve the gut lining, which is something that I've noticed. Where there was an improvement in my gut, as you know, as we age. Unfortunately, the damage is caused by the GMO food and the gluten and all this stuff that, for some reason, in North America, we have an abundance in our food, which in Europe it's banned, but for some particular reason, for here it's a free-for-all. It's damaging your gut, the gut lining, and that's why these supplements are so important.
Yeah, so recently they've added something to pair with the Max GLP-1, which is a patch, which is delivering the ingredients faster. I don't know if you know, but whatever you put on your skin, it absorbs within 26 seconds. So you've got to make sure that anything that you apply on your skin is very, very natural and healthy. And so that's what we have with the patches. And you've got L-carnitine and alpha lipoic acid that works at the cellular level in supporting your energy metabolism and mitochondria function. And ashwagandha. I used to take ashwagandha, and now I don't need to because I have it in the patch. But that also helps with stress. It maintains balance, and it also helps with weight loss as well. And you can see quercetin, green tea extracts. So there's some really, really good stuff. Vitamin B to round out the formula itself. And I notice a difference when I pop that patch on. We tend to pop it on just before we go for our workout, and we also take other product that Max has that has RiboCeine in it. And we just feel great when we work out. We train we do a lot of video training. So the people that are doing the training itself, they're all in their 30s, 40s, and they're huffing and puffing. And here I am, 62, keeping up with them. And Chris is 59. And yeah, I mean, we're training just like they're training.
Well, you know what, Jamie? It's very funny. I was just passing our neighbor to pick up her package, and we say, "God, you look good." And I said, "Oh, well, that's nice." Right? And that's what's happening, folks, is we're doing this on a daily basis. Yeah. And why is the patch better? Well, it's the delivery. It's a smarter delivery, right? You get better results. Yeah. So when you combine a GLP-1 with the patch, it's phenomenal. You'll find that you'll have a superior absorption. right? Nutrient delivered directly through your skin into the bloodstream, as Tammy mentioned earlier. Consistent result. Avoid potency, lost common that with pills and drink, depending on the digestive system and depending on how your gut lining and everything else is. Sometimes the nutrients may not get in properly through the intestines, but right on the skin, it might actually be better for you. Right? No side effect, eliminate upset stomachs, crashes, or midday fatigue, convenient application. You just slap it on your skin. That's it. That's all. Convenient application, ideal for busy lifestyle. It's travel friendly because it's very small. You can easily fit it in your purse or, in your bag or whatever.
Yeah.
It's a sustained release, so provide a steady time release and supply of nutrients, and it stays all day long. Even sometimes I forget it and I wake up in the morning and it's still on my arm, and it's actually hard to peel because it's really solid in there. I absolutely love it, and it's a balanced energy. Avoid energy spike and slump, and common with the traditional supplements. So at the end of the day, we have a good balance of wonderful supplements that we really, really encourage for you to try. They are phenomenal product. Tammy and I swear by them. We've been on these products for over 18 years, and we look great. We feel great, and the fact is, we have incredible testimonies to share. So let me pass it over to you, Tammy.
Yeah, so the lady that I was telling you about, I mean, we've been friends for so long, business partners for so long. And this woman, if you go out with her, you're looking for a good time. I mean, this girl is full of energy, and she swears by the products giving her that energy.
You wouldn't believe her age. She looks like a young pup. And the thing is, and then she behaves like a young girl, and not in a negative way. What I mean, it's just having fun, and then you're free and you dance and you're super healthy. So, Jas, it's a real pleasure to have you with us to share your testimony.
Absolutely. And thank you. And it's actually really exciting to hear you talk about the details of the products and the difference that it makes. And, every time I hear a presentation, it's like, yes, yes. Sometimes we just take for granted how good we feel, because I started these products about 15 years ago. And I'll share with everybody, I'm 67 today. So when I started these, when I was 52, I did not feel the way that I do now. I used to have brutal back pain. I'm a dental hygienist by profession. And I think since I was about 20 or 21 years old, I have been taking care of my back. We sit crooked. I've had lots of issues. We have it in our family. Parents have had, back surgeries and stuff, and I'm tall. So anyway, I have had back pain forever, that I have used to spend $5,000 a year on my back care. When I think about that, for 15 years, when I started taking these after 3 months, I did not need to do no extra therapy, no extra practitioners that I had to go see, no extra money. I've saved $75,000 on back. No, 15 times six, $90,000 I have saved on what I used to spend on my back. And I'm like thrilled to pieces, not just for that part of it, but for the fact that I don't hurt anymore. I don't have any more back pain. And you think that the older you get, the worse that it got. But like Tammy said, when we go out, I am the first one on the dance floor and the last one off. And I have so much energy, and I love life, and I love these products. And the other thing that I had was insomnia. I did not sleep for 34 years. And I had it. My dad had it. My son had it. He was in a sleep clinic when he was a teenager. And I just thought it was genetic. I just thought it just goes down through the family tree. Well, guess what? I found out that people that don't sleep well have low levels of glutathione. And just like was mentioned tonight, we are bombarded with toxins. You heard the air we breathe, water we drink, food we eat. And it's just people, as you mentioned earlier, are getting sicker and sicker, younger and younger. And other than just me feeling like I'm full of life, and it's like, bring on the next thing, bring it on, bring it on. I was today at the office, at the dental office, working, and I had two patients in that just gave me a little wake up and shook me again to remember all the issues that people have with their health. And one of them is a lady. Both of these ladies were in their 40s. One of them works in the school system. She's an educational assistant, and she works with children that have special needs. And her specific area is our children that are on the spectrum with autism. She was telling me that she's been doing this for 20 years. She said 20 years ago, she used to have two children that she needed to look after to help them with extra work and schoolwork and just getting through the day. She says that's now up to 6. And she said every single one of us, and she goes, I only work with children that are in kindergarten. And she said every single one of us that are in the school system are actually like exhausted from the number of children, and it's just increasing all the time. And my heart went out to her, and I said, you know, you have to deal with this in your career. Families have to deal with this at home, because the numbers for autism are just climbing through the roof. I mean, 20 years ago, it was 1 in like 80,000. Now it's like 1 in 5. So I want people to know that we can't make any claims that we can cure anything. But I'll tell you one thing: you raise your levels of glutathione, you're going to see changes in yourself and in people that you know and you love. The other lady that came in today was in her 40s. She's had 5 heart attacks. 5. I'm like, oh my stars. So I forget about this. I forget what's going on with other people because I just picked up some extra days. So I'm seeing more and more patients. And it's like, that's the reality of what's going on out there. And we have a solution, like you had both said tonight. We have something that we need to get out there and share with people, because you can touch a life and another life and another life and another life, and we can make a huge difference. So anyway, back to you. Thank you for letting me, just get on my soapbox, because I love this stuff.
It was actually wonderful to hear you share. And this is what it is, folks. These products are absolutely phenomenal. And recently, Tammy and I had some session with the executive of Max International, and there's a lot of things coming, and there's a lot of promotion coming, and cash incentives. And so there's going to be a lot of things that we'll be able to utilize with a brand new website. It's phenomenal what's coming. And also there's a new line of product that are specifically for women, which, you know what, I think I'm going to get on them too, because, the anatomy is not that different from a man to a woman. So it must be, I don't want to miss out on the boat too with these, some of those supplements. So I certainly look forward to the future. So Jasmine, thank you so much for sharing your testimonial. Tammy, is there anything anyone want to add to this as we end?
I mean, just get on the product. If you're evaluating this for the first time, get back to the person who introduced you to today's session and just ask, how do I get this stuff? And that, as soon as we heard about it, we said, oh my gosh, we got to be on this stuff based on what we heard and what we shared with you. And we feel so amazing for our age. Like I said, nobody will ever guess our age. Yeah, so you will go through the same thing.
So everybody, have yourself a great evening. Thank you very, very much for attending, and we look forward to see you in 2 weeks from now. Bye for now.
Thanks, Jazz.